Texas A&M Aggies get to host one of their schools that are up under them in the A&M system, Prairie View A&M University. I don't think this is going to be as much of a blowout as people say it is. It's not going to be Alabama, New Mexico State. A lot of folks don't understand how Texas football is. A&M, Texas A&M, will come in there underestimating Prairie View. It's just going to happen. Prairie View may get out to a lead. The whole key point is to see if Prairie View A&M can keep it close midway through the third quarter. If they can keep it within 7 points, maybe even 14 points midway into the third quarter, they're going to go for it. I'm not predicting them to win, but if they can keep it 35-21 with 8 minutes to go on the third, it wouldn't surprise me to see them lose by a field goal. Now, with that being said, if Jimbo Fisher decides to run the score up, or try to run the score up, and they get out to a 22-point lead, I think 22 is the kill shot. Prairie View may bench their whole team. It may get ugly. We know for them it all comes down to the next week against Valley. But if they win the game against A&M, I'm not predicting them to do, get that straight. But if they do win that game, it doesn't matter what happens against Valley. It doesn't matter what happens in Jackson State. If they beat A&M at A&M when Alabama couldn't do it, they will be in the FCS playoffs. There's no one keeping them out with that win. Next.
Stop it. Get some help.
FAMU, this is all you. We don't want to hear nothing else. We are tired of hearing about 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Apparently you took off 2017. Good for you. 2018, 2019. This is your year. This is what you want. You can't tell me how 2 straight classes have never beaten Bethune-Cookman. 2 straight. No more excuses. Get it done. And go to the playoffs. Say 2021 spring rematch in the fall. The highly anticipated game. A lot of people who were new to SWAC football saw Pine Bluff as being a legitimate contender. Some folks were upset when they were picked to finish middle of the pack in the West. If Pine Bluff, can get everything together, and play their best game of the year, they should lose by 20. I think a kill glass from this game is going to go ahead and break some records. It's not because Pine Bluff doesn't have talent. I will never say a school doesn't have talent. These are kids. But I'm going to say this. It appears Pine Bluff has quit. They're no longer the Mino Lions. These kiddies are checked out. They will have a completely different team next year. Only thing I can say for Pine Bluff is what I would do, play all your freshmen. See what you got. And then go to the transfer portal and just put a big old now hiring sign. That's all I can say. Said Kill Glass go for 500 yards this game.
Am out with Kyle Lowry out. Not only was he scoring the ball, he had to act as a playmaker too, and he did a really nice job of both. Jimmy.
The Southern and Alabama State University. One of the schools with the biggest upside if they can keep Andrew Body out of the transfer portal. That's my biggest thing. I would steal the man's phone, steal his laptop, steal his tablet, hell, steal his Apple Watch, duct tape the man up in the basement. He is not in the transfer portal. Keep him. At the same time, TSU, your coach, the second this game is over with, he needs to be on a scouting trip throughout Texas. We understand they only have so many scholarships to hand out. I would go out in Texas and hand out every one I have. Make up scholarships. The first 25 to say yes, you're in. Start in Houston. Start in the H. Go down to San Antonio before UTSA get everybody. Go to Austin, because you know UT Longhorns do not recruit the city of Austin. They recruit Westlake. Go to the east side. Go to LBJ High School. They got a kid going to Clemson. Go to East Side Memorial. Go to Travis. Go to Round Rock. Go to Conley. Go to Bastrop. Go to Dallas. Hell, go out to Midland. The thing that Lamar Odoms did, which was so great, he did a tank of gas mentality. He recruits kids who are a tank of gas away from Baton Rouge. Texas is a little bigger state. You need to have a 10-hour mentality. Hop your butt in the car, get a rental car, and just go around the state. I mean, hit every single corner of this state to get talent. Black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Asian. You need to load up. You're close. You are so close, Texas Southern, to becoming not only relevant, but you got 2 years. If you keep Andrew Body out of the transfer portal, you have 2 years to balance out this damn conference from the East and the West. Alabama State, you have a very young team. I look at you, balls to the wall, nothing left to lose. Pull out every stop in your playbook. This would be the game where you see the double reverse pass, the left tackle eligible play, hell, the fumble rooski, hell, the flea flick. Why not? See if you have the talent on your roster right now to accomplish these feats. As the interim coach, see if you can keep your job. Do not play. I know Alabama's a very conservative state. Hell, I don't care. Play like you're in California. Every bit of that playbook should be open. Defense. Against Texas Southern, you need to run a cover 2 or a cover 3 with a zone blitz scheme. You can't leave Andrew Body any kind of time to throw the ball, and you cannot get beat deep. Safety should be 20 yards off the ball, cornerbacks no more than 5. This game, I want to say TSU, but I'm going to say Alabama State.
Yeah.
Everybody was waiting for, right? Jackson State versus Alcorn State. Rivalry games mean records don't mean shit. As we last saw with the game against Southern and Jackson State, if you have a team that does not like you and they're willing to put everything on the line and play with all their heart, the only thing that will keep them from beating you is coaching. That's what happened in the Southern game. Southern coach got out-coached. Well, not out-coached. It's more like playing a game of poker. Shadua called that man's bluff. You have the best coach in the SWAC. Fred McNair. I don't care what you say about Dancy, Willie, anybody else. Fred McNair, is the best coach in the SWAC. Going up against the best team overall in the SWAC. Player for player, position for position, you are playing a FBS team with very inexperienced people at key positions. JSU's line is going to be in the backfield of Alcorn State that whole game. I suggest Felix Harper charges the motherfuckers rent, because he's going to be back to the whole damn game. When it comes down to the secondary for JSU versus the receivers for Alcorn State, it is a wash. Only because you take out the top receiver, who I think the best receiver is Pringle. That's going to be a battle between Pringle and Nugget. But what you're going to do is the rest of the receivers may be better than JSU's cornerbacks. This game is going to come down to 3 people can charge this game up, in my opinion. 1, James Houston. If you don't get tired chasing around Felix Harper, this should be a JSU win. Keontae Hampton. Keontae Hampton is a very cerebral linebacker. He plays the linebacker position. I know your old heads will know his name, like Willie Lanier. Willie Lanier was a player for the Chiefs back in the 70s. The first middle linebacker of African American heritage. Keontae, you have to spy, man. It's going to be up to you to make sure Felix is not bust loose out of that backfield. And Shiloh. tackle, bruh. I want to see some old laying the wood down with your arms wrapped around them, picking them up, spiking them. You can't just stump them, man. Nico Duffy will spin off your butt and you'll be going in the end zone and you will be on SportsCenter. Other side of the ball, I don't see it being an issue. I see J.D. Martin, a couple off tackles, a couple of sweeps. I think what JSU should do, it won't happen, but it should do, to loosen up that front seven of Alcorn blitzing, throw in a running back pass. Just one. I guarantee you, Alcorn will be thinking about that the rest of the game. But if everything goes this way, if Alcorn can block the front seven of JSU, at least for 3.5 seconds, not for a whole minute, just NFL regulation, 3.5 seconds. They can do that. JSU will be in trouble. If JSU's defense plays the way they're supposed to play, and Shedeur decides to go Dan Marino on them boys, gets time to throw and starts picking them apart, it can't be a blowout. But we know JSU starts slow. So the key to the game, how big of a lead can Alcorn get in the first half before JSU makes an adjustment? All right, Coach Simmons here. I'm out. Time to go to work. Peace.